Okay, I'm gonna see if we got this going okay this time. Make sure we don't have the, I think 2020 is on right now. That's the audio that was bleeding through this thing when I tried to fire this stream up earlier. Okay, we're only on the one audio source now. Sorry about that. That was my fault. But we're back. It's 8:50 on Friday the 15th of March. We're going to be talking about the chance for some strong to severe thunderstorms working into the coastal bend from the west overnight tonight. And we're going to see a chance, again, for some of these to get strong to severe. This is our setup right now. We've got it's really a cold front that is slowing down, becoming more stationary, sitting just on the northern tier of our viewing area, northern B and Live Oak counties. Houston got pummeled earlier this afternoon. Bunch of rain over there. That's now moving toward Louisiana. And we're going to be focused to the west, over the Sierra Madres of Mexico, coming off of that mountain range. Showers and storms moving in. The pair that are out near Laredo, those were severe not too long ago. Hail and strong winds with those storms. And so in essence, what's going to happen tonight is we're going to see showers and thunderstorms approach from the west coming out of Mexico, and that stationary boundary that's going to sag to the south overnight will provide a focal point, kind of like a road. It's gonna pave the way, act as a little boundary that showers and storms can not only develop on, but then they'll track close to that stationary front. And with it being over the coastal bend, we should be in a position to see some of this activity again hit us. And there is a severe thunderstorm watch because of this setup. This is until 3 a.m. Right now, it doesn't include our coastal counties, Refugio County, B County, or Live Oak County, but everyone else is included in this watch. And I've had some questions about this already. It is possible that as the night goes on, if these storms are looking pretty robust on approach to the coast, that we may get included in this watch in Nueces County, Corpus Christi, in the coming hours. So the main threats locally with any of these storms are going to be 60-mile-per-hour winds or greater, and or 1-inch hail or greater. I will say that the hail threat is going to be higher, like west of 281. As you get into the more humid environment near the coast, the hail threat should go down a little bit, but the 60-mile-per-hour wind threat, I think, is going to be something that the stronger storms are capable of producing. And we're talking about, severe level thunderstorms. This is not going to be a scenario where all locations in the coastal bend get a severe thunderstorm. They're going to be fairly isolated, meaning not every shower or storm that comes out of Mexico is going to become severe. So, that, I guess, expectation, when we're talking about severe weather, everyone wants to assume that it means everyone is going to get a severe level thunderstorm, and that's just not going to be the case. So I want to make that as clear as possible. Those that do get a severe storm, again, 1-inch hail or greater in diameter or 60-mile-per-hour winds or greater are going to be the main threats. There is a low tornadic threat, but I think that's very much beneath the two others that we're talking about. Don't really see a flood threat at this point, but several inches of rain certainly going to be possible over the weekend. So we'll show you the hyperlocal, KIII viewing area centric forecast. In that 10 o'clock time frame, the stationary front should be over the region, and we will be seeing activity move in from west to east. Again, not all of this is going to be strong or severe, but I think we're going to hear some rumbles of thunder overnight, and there certainly will be at minimum showers moving in. So 10 o'clock doesn't look terribly active, but as we progress through the night, there's 11 o'clock, some showers, not too many. We'll see continued waves of shower and thunderstorm activity moving in from the west, and they'll be using that boundary, that stationary boundary, as again like a road. They're going to use it to kind of just move from west to east, and weather very often will happen on boundaries. So that's why it's on the map, and that's why I'm talking about it so much. So it provides a focus for the showers and thunderstorms to not only get going, but then move along. So this is 3:30 in the morning Saturday. I was saying earlier tonight on the news that I think that the best chance for, if we're going to see some stronger stuff, for that to happen in Corpus Christi would be Saturday morning early, like 3, 4, 5 a.m. through about 9 o'clock in the morning, and that would be the most likely time to observe something stronger in the Corpus Christi area. So we'll be watching for that overnight tonight. I have a hard time explaining, in the limited TV time we have when we're talking about the weather, that when we're showing these simulations, the model simulations of what the radar might look like, it's not very often that it happens verbatim the way the model's showing. So we're just trying to show you as an idea of what's ahead of us into tonight and early Saturday morning. So if we see something like this happen early in the morning, it's going to very likely rob the atmosphere of a lot of energy into the late morning and early afternoon Saturday. So I think Saturday, and again, that's given we get some storms rolling through in the morning. I think Saturday, for the most part, is looking decent. Can't completely rule out a shower Saturday afternoon, but definitely a lull in the activity into Saturday afternoon with highs up near 80 degrees. Got a big event happening downtown Corpus Christi Saturday. And again, given that outlook and what we just talked about right now, the daytime hours of this festival and even into the early evening hours are looking fine tomorrow for the St. Patrick's Day block party. Heading toward midnight, though, if let's say you're out there, you're having a good time, you're having some beverages, the beverages are green, whatever, you're going to be having fun. Say most everyone's got a radar app on their phone, not a forecast app, but a real-time radar app. If you don't, you can download the 3 News app. We've got that on ours. But if you're looking at that and you see rain coming from the west, that's going to be what heads this way Saturday night into Sunday morning. So we'll show you how our in-house modeling is handling that. We'll pick it back up here 3:30 in the afternoon Saturday. That stationary boundary is going to fizzle out, so we're not going to have the boundary in place Saturday afternoon and early evening. But as we head toward the midnight hour, we're going to be watching out to the west for another group of showers and thunderstorms to work toward the coastal bend from the west or southwest. And that'll be happening in conjunction with the arrival of a cold front. So Saturday night into pre-dawn hours of Sunday, kind of similar to what we're talking about tonight into Saturday morning, right? So it'll be Saturday night into Sunday morning, another round of showers, perhaps a few stronger thunderstorms embedded in this, moving across the coastal bend with that cold front moving through. keep the chance for rain in play through about sunrise. And then behind the front, the atmosphere is going to be a lot less charged. And we may have a few showers around Sunday afternoon, but I think the most active part of Sunday will be prior to sunrise. Northeast wind. And again, if the rain holds off, decent day of weather Sunday with highs in the upper 70s, a little drop in humidity too. So that's how the weekend looks. Looking at it on a graph here, that the most likely times for the showers and storms are going to be at night into the pre-dawn hours of both Saturday morning and then again on Sunday morning. And I think the best chance for severe, if we're going to see it, will be tonight into early Saturday morning, finishing up by around 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. So that's how the coverage looks for the coastal bend into this weekend. I don't take it completely out, the rain chance at any point, but the afternoons of both days, they look less active than what is to come, in the overnight/early morning time frame. This is how the rainfall looks to me. And again, some of these storms, if you get a heavier storm, you could easily get 1 inch of rain pretty quickly in an hour's time. But it's just you're playing an averages game, and on average, I think most of the area picks up between 1 and 2 inches of rain, a little less to the south, but 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. Some locally higher amounts if locations get hit with multiple, storms. And that's just through the weekend. I went ahead and took away next week's chances. We might add more to this next week, but just given this weekend kind of looks like a separate rain chance with these fronts coming in. We get a little break Monday and then a couple of days extra bonus rainfall perhaps next Tuesday and Wednesday. That same upper level feature we've been talking about will finally be moving toward us, and that may lead to a few extra showers and storms. So watershed, that's important, right? Let me make sure this is full screen so we see all of it. Take my name off there. Watershed, this is again just mainly for the weekend, 1 to 2 inches in the watershed on average. Is this going to be enough to take us out of water restrictions? No, it's not. We need a bunch of events like this to really make a dent, or one ginormous tropical system to just sit over the watershed. And that's certainly not going to happen this time around. So, everything helps. We'll take it, but we could also use a lot more. So showers and storms overnight. Probably going to hear some rumbles of thunder throughout the coastal bend. Near 70 overnight. Outside of any storms, east to northeast winds 7 to 17. If you're in a storm and it's strong, winds could approach 60 miles per hour. That's enough to, cause some damage. Into tomorrow morning, some lingering showers or thunderstorms through about 9 o'clock. And then again, I think the afternoon, despite how unsettled our forecast is looking, if we see the storms roll through Saturday morning, if that happens, which it seems like the most plausible outcome to me right now. So assuming that, we'll be up near 80 degrees under a blend of sun and clouds in the afternoon, which is not going to be a bad day of weather. So decent looking for Saturday. If you're going to the beach tomorrow, morning showers and thunderstorms. Maybe you're on spring break, you're visiting. This will be the first time that I have put a forecast together this week that the rip current risk is more than low. So the rip current risk, that's when you get a stream of water that's moving away from the coast, and it can pull you away from the coast. And if you're inexperienced with rip currents or an inexperienced swimmer, there can be some panic there, and that's when people start having problems. So if you do get caught in a rip current and you're out swimming, By the way, these are most common near jetties or pier structures. But if that starts happening, you feel yourself getting pulled away and it's a strong pull, then what you want to do is try to get on your back, float that way, get attention to yourself. The quip is wave, yell, and swim parallel. You want to swim parallel to the shore to get out of the flow of the rip current. If you try to fight it, swim against it, again, that's when problems start happening. You get fatigued, maybe you're not able to stay above the water, and that's when it can be problematic. So I'm just saying that because the rip current risk will be elevated tomorrow, and that is because the wave period, that's the time between swells, is 8 seconds, which is a longer duration period than average. Average is like 5 seconds here, right? We're usually pretty choppy, but tomorrow it'll be longer period swells, and that's what's going to raise the rip current risk on Gulf-facing beaches. So there's the 7-day for you. Unsettled this weekend. St. Patrick's Day, morning showers or storms, drier in the afternoon. Monday, lower rain chances. I think decent, a little bit breezy though with that front coming through. The winds are going to pick up, may have some gusts, 35 miles per hour. Then there's that Tuesday, Wednesday scattered rain chance. That's going to hinge on the upper level low that we've been talking about ad nauseum this week. And after that, by Thursday afternoon, we should be starting to warm up and get drier, finishing up the end of next week. So I'll try to answer questions. I know when the weather gets more active, people do have questions. I'm going to go back to the radar. See if we can get, there we go. There's the radar. You see the storm still in Mexico. Those are some whoppers over there. A lot of lightning, probably hail there, but no severe warnings because those are in Mexico. They're not in the state of Texas, old USA yet. So we're not seeing the warnings on them, but there's probably some large hail embedded in both of those cells, west and south of Laredo. Jerry Latta, I'm hearing it's going to hail. Is that true? Not everyone's going to get hail. There will be a storm or two that are capable of producing hail, and it's impossible to say exactly where those storms will track. So hail threat, I think, is highest west of 281. The air's a little bit drier there, and that would help with the hailstones on their way to Earth for them not to melt. I think that's the most likely area. So along and west of Highway 281, if there's going to be some hail, to my eye, that's where it looks like the best chance is. And again, I'm going to hang out here probably for another 5 minutes or so, try to answer questions if you have them. And I'll go over to there's the severe watch. Severe thunderstorm watch, meaning conditions are favorable. The taco watch warning meme that's been going around all the years. Watch means that it's favorable for a severe thunderstorm, but one isn't necessarily happening at the moment. If you get a warning, that's when it's imminent, it is happening, and you need to take action. So we're just at a watch. Question from Sally Vela. Wind gusts could be as high as 60 miles per hour in the strongest activity. Again, I'm going to reinforce this over and over. Not everyone will get the strongest thunderstorm or severe level thunderstorms. They are possible, and it's just kind of it's a nowcast, right? We know that it's possible. If and when one does develop, that's when we'll be able to say, all right, this is going here, this is what to expect over the next 30 minutes. So once we see that develop, that's when we'll be able to answer, when, where, what locations, what are the threats. When we get that thunderstorm at hand, that's when we'll be able to get those answers out. Martha is saying, by the looks of it, doesn't look like we're going to get that much rain tonight. Am I wrong? Well, let's look at the simulated radar here. We went over this at the top of this stream. There's going to be waves of showers and storms that rolled through tonight. It's not going to rain all night. That will not happen. But there will be periods of activity that work through. This is 3:30 in the morning. Maybe Corpus Christi, Ingleside getting rain. Alice, Freer, Orange Grove, you're not. Go into the 8 o'clock hour tomorrow morning. Kingsville, now you're getting rain. Mathis, Beeville, you're getting rain. Port Aransas, Corpus Christi. And these things will just come through overnight in waves, right? It's not going to be raining all night. It won't storm all night, but there will be showers and storms moving through the region. Then it gets quieter in the Saturday afternoon. So if you're watching and you live in the KIII viewing area, yes, I do think that we're going to see showers and thunderstorms move in from the west tonight. So that's the answer to the individual, Alice, Corpus Christi, Kingsville, Orange Grove, Mathis. Everyone's got this chance for showers and storms to move through tonight. The main threats, the same for everybody. The threats are going to be hail up to 1 inch in diameter. I think it's west of Highway 281. That's where the most likely hail threat is. And then there's also a chance for strong 60-mile-per-hour straight line winds. Those are the primary threats under any thunderstorms that become strong to severe. Rosie, is Kingsville receiving any rain? Just got on. There's a chance for showers and thunderstorms across the coastal bend tonight. They're going to move in from the west. That's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, into the 3 o'clock hour Saturday morning. Showers and storms, waves of activity moving in from west to east. Some of it may be strong, may be severe. The primary threats, 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. With any stronger storms, not all the storms are going to be strong to severe. Hang out for another 3 minutes. I'm going to have to go and make sure all the graphics are updated for our 10 o'clock broadcast. And I'll go ahead and put the 7-day forecast up here. Because, weekend looks active. The most active time frames are going to be overnight into the morning hours of both Friday night into Saturday morning, and again, Saturday night into Sunday morning. I think the afternoon and early evening looks like the quieter period of weather this weekend. Franz Montemayor Bella, nothing severe in Portland because I fast forwarded the radar. Simulated radar is a model. If you want to think that you're immune because your forecast model says nothing, that's on you. I think the chance is there for showers and thunderstorms throughout the coastal bend tonight. If you're looking at simulated radar, you are looking at a model. It is not a surefire bet to happen. It's what a model thinks is going to happen, and we can use that as a way to understand what's possible. But when you're looking at future radar, that's a model. It is not real. It is not going to happen exactly like that. It's a way to conceptualize what's possible. It's a model at the end of the day, and the models, you tell me all the time, oh, you're wrong. You showed that model and it was wrong. What's the deal? They're not a guarantee. It's an idea. Don't take them for verbatim. And it's just something to look at. It's a tool to be able to illustrate what's possible with the weather. So I'll leave it with this quick recap. Showers and thunderstorms coming in waves tonight, moving west to east across the coastal bend. That threat is going to last through about 8 or 9 o'clock Saturday morning. If some of those storms, not all of them, if some of them get strong to severe, main threats will be 60-mile-per-hour winds or greater, straight line winds, or 1-inch hail in diameter or greater. Those are the two main threats. It looks like a lull Saturday, late morning, afternoon, into the evening, and then another chance for showers and storms moving through from the west or south Saturday night, overnight into Sunday morning, with that threat then tapering away by around sunrise, and then mostly cloudy, a few spotty showers in the afternoon on Sunday, and that's how it looks for the weekend. Next week, we will revisit. I do still think we catch a couple of more days worth of the opportunity for rain Tuesday and Wednesday. Looks like by next week's end, Thursday, Friday, we'll snap out of this unsettled stuff and back to some sunshine and warmth. So I'm going to log off of this, get to work in the Weather Center, make some graphics. We'll see y'all at 10 o'clock. If not, we'll check in with you over the weekend.